Back again, YouTubers. Well, I'm gonna be taking out the clock that's in my 64 Mercury Marauder. Gonna have it converted to quartz. So you guys gonna be helping me out with that. So I did have the clock repaired. I think it was like maybe a year ago, and it worked for like, I don't know, 2 weeks, and then it stopped. So so they fixed it. I think they repainted the hands and cleaned it up, and then it wasn't converted to quartz, so it was just, you know, the regular one. I think they used like something like, it kind of reminds you of points in a distributor. I think that's what usually burns out on these clocks. So I found this place online, and they do the conversion, you know, from without the points, you know, to quartz. So I'm gonna take it out. I'll show you guys how it's done, and you know, you can see it's gonna be a little bit more tricky because mine has the factory AC. You know, in my previous video I showed you, you know, the vents are here. Just in case you're wondering, this is the ashtray, so that's what's in that middle one. But yeah, so it's a little bit harder because you got, you know, this is blocking it. But the easiest way is to remove this, the glove box, and you can kind of stick your hand, you know, in the back, and there's 2 screws that hold it. You can see I forgot to put one of them in or I mean 2 bolts that hold it, so this is already loose. So I'll be working on that, and you guys could help me out. All right, so you guys tell me what I need to do. All right. All right, let's get started here. Okay, so first step, get your cross screwdriver, and you're gonna want to take the latch for the glove box, and you want to take all these screws out. I did replace the glove box. It's like a cardboard, like a heavy thick cardboard. That's what it is for the glove box. And this is from well, they sell the reproduction one. It's for the Galaxy. It doesn't say, you know, specifically for the Marauder. I think I got it through, what is it, Auto Crafters or something like that. The other thing is, like, a lot of these you know, cars, they share parts with the Galaxy. So you could get some of the stuff, not all of it, but yeah, some of them, you know, you could share the pieces. I think the dash pad too. That's the other thing I'm probably gonna replace. Mine is cracked, but the Galaxy one looks, you know, very similar to the Mercury one. So in the future I'll probably do that. But yeah, so you can see, you know, just take all these screws out, and then of course, you know, you get the little glove box light there, which is pretty nice. When I bought the car, the original one, this cardboard piece, the liner, it was all messed up, man. So yeah, I had to you know, replace that and stuff. But this one is nice, you know, it's very similar. Get the little owner's manual here. But yeah, so get all these screws out, and there was something else I was gonna point out to you guys, but I think I forgot. Oh, well, on another thing I was going to point out was that you can see the center console here. You see it's got L, D1, and D2. It's a little bit different. You know, you would think if you put it in D1, that would mean it would start off in first gear, you know, and it would go through, you know, second and third. No, when you drive this car, you got to put it in D2. So that means, you know, it goes through 1, 2, and 3. If you put it in D1, it starts off in second gear. So you don't have first. And the reason why they did that was for snow. So like, let's say, you know, you were driving it in the snow, you keep it in D1. So the transmission starts off in second, and it goes to third. And then L, that would be like, you know, having it in first gear all the way. So yeah, it's a little bit different. I just wanted to point that out, just in case you guys never seen, you know, the transmission shifter the selector on a Mercury Marauder. So yeah, just something, you know, I thought was interesting. You know, when I first bought it and drove it around, I thought I was supposed to drive it in D1, but it's actually D2. So just something I like to point out. Yeah, and also too, another thing I wanted to point out to you guys, these cars do have cup holders. Well, one, so I think this was considered your cup holder back then. So yeah, I guess they did have cup holders in '64. You know, my Chevelle has them in the glove box too, and yeah, I guess that's you know, that was your cup holder back then. Yeah, but anyways, let me finish this up, and then I'll, you know, show you the next step. All right, so you can see I removed, you know, all the screws, and now to you know, get this glove box cardboard liner thing, or whatever you want to call it, to get it out, you want to like push it up like this, and you got to angle it down, you know, and just be careful, you know, when you're, you know, moving it and bending it. You don't want to bend it too much and, you know, break it or damage it, you know, as much, you know, like put cracks in it or whatever. But mine's a little bit different, like I said, because I have the, you know, the factory AC, so the heater box is, you know, right here, and, you know, you got the, I think the vents, I mean the hoses for the AC. But yeah, you just kind of, you know, tilt it up, and then you could kind of slide it down, you see, so it'll come down. And then of course you want to disconnect the glove box courtesy light, or the you know, little bulb here, and that's just with the, you know, like a push-in pin plug connector. So you just kind of disconnect it like that. This is like attached to the cardboard, so I'll work on that, and we'll take it from there. All right, so I removed it. You can see I took the bulb out, and this is what it looks like, you know, and this is what holds it into the cardboard, you know. And then this is the, you know, little connector that it grounds out on, you know, when the glove box light, I mean, so that the glove box light can turn on and stuff. So yeah, you just, you know, disconnect it and stuff, and, you know, if you touch it, you know, see how it grounds out. Yeah, so that's how it, you know, clips in. It's just a little push-in clip. So this is the fun part. You know, to get your hand back here, you got to do it at like a weird angle. You can see I kind of move it here, the clock. So there's two, actually three connectors. One is to actually power the clock, and the other two connectors are for the bulb. My clock has two light bulbs. I think that might have been, you know, in the park lanes. The clock is a little bit different. I think for the Monterey and the Montclair. I'll show you the difference, you know, when I take the clock out. But so there should be three connectors in the back. So you just pull them out, and then we'll try to, you know, get the nuts off. There's two nuts that hold it, you know, to the dash and stuff. I mean, if you really wanted to do it, you know, the correct way, I guess you'd have to remove the whole dash panel or pull it forward and stuff. But, you know, I really don't want to do that because, one, I don't know what I'm gonna break. A lot of these little pieces and stuff, you know, end up breaking and stuff. I mean, I've taken it off before. Like I said, I had the clock, you know, removed, and you know, I had it repaired and stuff, but it didn't last. But yeah, I mean, I'm just showing you the way that I'm gonna do it. That way I ain't gotta mess with all this and stuff and put it back. I mean, it was a pain in the ass when I had to replace the emergency flashers because when I went to LED bulbs, the stock flasher didn't work, and so in my Chevelle I had to, you know, pull this whole dash forward, and you know, it's plastic, so, you know, a lot of that stuff gets brittle over time, and you might crack it and stuff. So I didn't want to take a chance with this, you know. I just try to, you know, do it like that, you know. But I'm gonna, you know, take the clock out and disconnect it, and I'll show you. All right, so the best way to get to the screws from the bottom of the car, I mean from the bottom of the interior and the dash, so I'll show you. You see there's the clock there. You see the screw. I already took it off, It's on the left side corner, and then you got the other one on the bottom right corner. That one's always the hardest one to get to. But it's either a 9 mil or 10 mil, the bolt size. And you just, you know, try to get your ratchet on there and, you know, take it off, which is what I did. So you just, you know, kind of, you know, go in through the bottom like this, and then you get a little small one, and you can get it and turn it, and it'll come out. So that's what I did. So, well, get up out of here now. Oh yeah, you'll probably have to disconnect the vent hose here, you know, give you a little bit more room and stuff. But so now you can see the clock. I removed the 2 bulbs in the back, kind of pushed everything aside, and it comes out through the back. So you can see, you want to kind of angle it a little bit. Just be careful with the knob and stuff. You don't want to break it. It's a little tight, so I'll probably have to put the camera down, you know, to get it out, because I do have to use 2 hands. So let me stop it, and then I'll show you when I get it out. All right, so back under the car, I mean underneath the dash here. This is the best way to take it out, you know, the clock. So you can see, look at the light to shine over there. So as you can see, you know, there's this like foam padding or whatever, insulation on the top, and you can see that bar there. You want to lift it up over the bar, because there's a gap here in between, and it won't fit through here. It won't fit through this side, so you gotta bring it to the top. And you just kind of push it up. Be careful with it. And now you got your clock out. So, man. So yeah, it's a little bit more tricky, because, like I said, the factory AC kind of, you know, blocks a lot of space and stuff. But so this is what the clock looks like. And you know, like I mentioned, see how this one's got the 2 you know, 2 holes here cut out for the 2 light bulbs. I bought another clock online, and it only has 1 bulb, 1 cut out for 1 bulb. So like I said, I don't know if that's, you know, something that the Park Lanes came with 2 bulbs. You know, you got, you know, more features, more light compared to the base model. But yeah, so I'll show you the other clock. All right, so let me show you the difference between the 2 clocks here. So this one is the one I took out of the car, and this is the one that I bought online a while back. It said it was for a 64 Mercury and Ford Galaxy, but you can see there's a little bit of a difference, or differences between the 2. The numbers look a little bit different on this one compared to the, you know, the original, the one that's in my car. And also the main difference is in the back. So you can see mine has 2 holes for the 2 bulbs, and then this one's got only a single one. I don't know if that counts as you know, for another bulb. I don't know, but it's a different size compared to this one. So this is the one I'm going to send to have it converted. I just wanted to show you the differences, just in case, you know, you guys are looking online to try and restore your clock or buy another one. And also what I found online is that there's 2 different types of clocks. One is called Borg, or was made by Borg, and the other one is by West Clocks. And the way you could find out is they got a little stamp here, a W for the West Clocks, and I think there's a B for the Borg. So on mine, you can see it's, you know, it's kind of stamped there. Let's see if I can get in the light here. Yeah, you kind of see the W there. But yeah, so that's, you know, something I read about online about the clocks. So yeah, there's 2 different types, but yeah, I'll be sending it, and they'll be converting it to quartz. So just wanted to show you that. All right, I'm out. Take care.